Hello, good morning, everyone. I hope everyone's doing fine. I know your mic's muted for now, just so we can get over with the first seminar slides, and then we'll get you the option to talk and ask questions all you want. Okay, not a problem at all. But just until we're done this, about 30 minutes, just give me about 30 minutes. We'll finish this, and then I'll let you ask your own questions and everything. Okay, but I'll try to cover majority of the things that part of this program in using my slides and my explanations. And then if you have any questions, you're more than welcome to ask me about it, about this course, okay, within the seminar itself. Just give me 1 second here. Okay, so it seems like there's still a bunch of people still joining in. It is a Sunday morning, right? So people are still sleeping, so which is not a problem at all. We do have this session recorded. We are recording the session as well. We will send it to everyone, but it's better for you to be on live so you can ask your own questions about these courses, right? So, okay, no problem at all. All right, let's get started. Thank you all for joining the CCNA for Beginners seminar. I will explain the whole course curriculum and how it works and who's this course is for. What is this course about? How well do we cover it in this course? And what is the end goal of this course as well? Okay. So I want to start off by just saying the agenda for this seminar. For me, it'll be taking about, this will take me about 30 minutes to complete my seminar information, and then I'll give you the rest of time to you to talk about it, and we'll let you know where to make the payments and those type of things. But at least we can cover majority of the things here. Okay. All right. Let's get started. So the introduction, we'll talk about the introduction about this course, and then we'll go into about the course and the format. The next is job assistant overview. How the CTEC Training Center offers you job assistance. We do not do, there's no thing as job placement. We do have job assessment. Okay. Just hold on. Just if you have any questions, just please hold on. We'll let you ask your question at the end of the seminar. Okay. Give me about 30 minutes. Once I go through it, yes, I'll definitely make sure you guys have time to ask questions. Okay. You guys will definitely have more than enough time to ask all your questions. All right. We talk about job assistance, and then we talk about the course expectation and discipline. For me, it's about, if you're going to come in here and learn this course, there's a set of expectation from what I expect from you, and then I'll tell you what you can expect from me as well, and certain discipline that I want you guys to follow during this course, what's included and what's not included in this course, my teaching style. Okay, I'll tell you that. Let's get started. So about myself, my name is Athavan Mahendra Kumar. I'm the founder of CTEC Training Center, along with some another partner as well. I've been in the IT industry for about 14 years and 9+ years in managerial experience in both in private public sectors. So I did have projects that I ran for the Canadian government, especially the armed forces, and as well as Canadian government as well, and some private businesses in here. Okay, right now I mostly participate in private business consultation. So I consult for and advise for businesses to improve their IT. One is their security. Two is their investments. Three is the IT operations to make sure the teams are properly running within the IT and can provide a valuable input to the business itself. Okay, to make sure the business can grow. End of the day, this is what I tell for all the people who's joining IT, right, or who's already in IT. The part of IT is to make sure the business will run efficiently, right? You're not there in your part of a separate island itself. You're there part of the company. You're the one who's a backbone of the company, right? So your goal is to make sure the company operates at 100% or close to 100% as much as possible, right? Which includes part of it is going to be customer service, part of it is going to be technical knowledge. Okay, and especially for CCNA, it's about understanding the concept and understanding how does a CCNA help you in networking along the company. Without a networking, there's no the back end of the business does not happen, right? Networking is a key aspect of a business to run. Pretty much, it's a key aspect in IT itself. Okay, without networking, nothing works, right? Without proper routing and proper networking, nothing works. So that's what this course is about. Okay. About CTEC Training Center. CTEC Training Center was founded in 2019. Our name was, we were more international at the point. At 2019, we were part of Sri Lanka, we were part of India, we were part of US, UK, and Canadian market. We had five continents that we played our big roles in. At that point, we were named as Clique, but then we decided to focus on mainly in Canada itself, because I was here officially, and we were founded in 2019, but we became officially in Canada from 2020 to 2023, we were officially in Canada, participating course online live, right? These online live courses. And then we decided to get our own place at 2024, which was at 4168 Finch Avenue East, Penthouse 05. This is our permanent location now. This is where most of our in-person classes happen, which a lot of our in-person classes nowadays has been replaced to online, especially like CCNA, because there's no need for people to come in. It just saves some time. And what we do in person, we have a coding academy for kids, and then we do have certain like hardware repair courses, right? So we do computer repair, cell phone repair courses too in our hardware locations, at our Midland and Finch location. This is our location, but we specially focus on the entry level into IT. That's where we specialize in. We don't. We do have a specialization course that you do once you become entry into IT and you want to improve yourself into IT. Yes, we do have course for it, but our strength is to make sure that people have the gap to enter in the IT itself, right? IT market itself. That's what we focus on majority in CTech Training Center. And we focus not just on certification itself, but we focus on the real life, real world, real business experience as well, right? That's what we are successful at. We just don't focus on here's CCNA pass it, right? It's more like how does this implement in a business? That's where you learn it most of this course. Because learning OSPF makes no sense, but how do you apply OSPF is what gives you become successful, right? If you talk to anyone that's successful in networking or in any sort of technical aspect, they can apply that directly to a business to support the business itself, right? So that is where we try to come in and help you, right? To make sure that you can connect the dots. You're not learning for the sake of just passing certification. You're learning for sake of getting a job, right? And there's a two different paths. And just from my background experience, I was able to make this course a little bit more engaging and a little bit more oriented to workplace related. Okay, that is the difference. Okay. All right. Now the course format. The course includes 8 learning modules. So the course is 8 weeks long, and you get one resume building sessions with myself, design and prepare for real world IT jobs. Each module is delivered in a blended format, combining self-paced learning and live instructor-led sessions. So these self-paced learning are some things that I think that they're very, very, knowledge based. They're not really technical or they're not very hands on. So I would tell you to just cover these on the self-paced learning, and then come into the live. You'll have much more clear understanding. We'll have hands-on work. These self-paced is about, I would say, about 20 to 30% of the course. The 70% is more of hands-on and talking about IP addressing and schematic and those type of things, right? But just the bare dry theory, I try to put them into a self-paced. So when we come and meet during these 9 to 11, we're actually doing stuff that's hands-on and doing some labs and doing lots of hands-on work, and then talking about what really is important, right? There's still some stuff we have to cover. Those I don't consider as very crucial aspect of passing CCNA, but you must know to become successful in networking. Those will be self-paced, which is about 30%, I would say. Okay. But the rest of the 70%, it's very hands-on. It's very, lecture type and those type of things. It's because for you to understand how the subnetting work, it has to be done on a lecture. It cannot be done on a pre-recorded videos, some of them can be, but we have to go through it in class too, so you understand, because each individual people will understand it separately, right? So we want to make sure everybody understands it. So we do take this course from very, very basics and all the way up, right? So the first week, you'll have a lot of things you have to watch online just to catch up on the basics. But then the reason why we do this is so because some people who doesn't understand the basic, they can still follow the course and they will still be successful. Okay, that's what it is. And the course is designed in a way to be very, very beginner friendly. Okay? So don't be afraid if you don't know anything about IT, anything about networking, or even about IT. The basic foundations will cover all of that. Okay. And then when you come in, you'll be much more confident in this course than than you just don't understand anything. Okay, so make sure you will understand it. That's our job. Okay. So the live class sessions, this is how it is. The first 10 to 20 minutes or 5 to 20 minutes, we'll actually discuss about the pre-recorded videos which you have watched, or any questions from the previous lessons. And the next, I would say, the next 1.5 hours, it'll be a demonstration, walking through practical stuff and explaining about, the new concept and making sure you guys understand. There's a class activity, or there'll be homework that have been given to you to take home and do it as well, right? So, but actually in class, I'll show you what I expect you guys to do. And how the assignment will work is when we do in-class assignments or in-class demonstration, when I do them, I would show them up to 40, 45, or 60% of the assignment itself. or the lesson itself, right? The lesson will cover 60% of the assignment that will be given to you, 60, 70%. And then you are to explore, research, and find the other 30%, the missing key. And the whole point of it is when you have a bigger group and bigger class like this, you guys can go ahead and talk among each other and try to figure it out, right? And have a cumulative knowledge on all of it. And that's what we've seen has been very, very successful in our past 3 years with all of our batches. We do these batches very, very regularly, but at a very different pricing. And I'll tell you why we have dropped the pricing significantly on this one, just as a end of year type of thing. And this structure is learn, practice, and apply, and it works in the same fashion as how we get taught when we are in the government industries as well. It's more of repetition, apply, and then practice, right? So it's just repetition, 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 right? So that's the reason why all the courses, all the videos will be recorded. You will have access to them, okay, indefinitely. Our LMS system will hold it. You will have access to the LMS system up to 3 months of completing the course, but you still will have access to the recording until indefinitely, because what we do is we put these on YouTube and we give them access to you through your email, just so we don't get to lose them. In the past, the LMS system we use sometimes are not predictable and it does get crashed sometimes, but we do host them on YouTube and we give them private links to you guys so you guys can go and watch them at any given point of time. So you will have access to these recordings, okay? Just when you guys launch. So why is this course best for beginners is like there's hundreds of IT courses available in the market today that focuses heavily on advanced techniques, skills in CCNA, cybersecurity, DevOps, cloud engineering, Azure administration, and Azure DevOps. While these are great certifications, they're not designed for absolute beginners. Okay, they're more suitable for someone who has gained entry-level IT experience but is trying to build a stronger foundation. Where this courses, the courses that CTech Training Center runs, it's more aligned with getting you into IT, or more aligned with getting you the knowledge you need to start on it, right? So we go from very, very basic itself, okay? And as I mentioned in the 15 minutes introduction video, this course alone will not make you successful overnight, but it will make you the right foundation and direct entry into IT field consistently, right? Confidently. So the thing is, what I'd say is this course itself, give you the experience to pass the CCNA certification, right? But you guys still have to pass the CCNA exam. That's when you have the actual certification stating that you have passed CCNA. For you to be, for you to have a tangible information that you can take to your employer or potential employer to show them, right, that you have got a CCNA and you have the knowledge to work on networking, right? That is where this course does. Okay, it connects the dots. It makes sure you understand the course itself. Okay. And we do have a discounted voucher code. Just ask us when you complete the courses. We can give you I believe it's a 40 or 50% discount. It depends on the season. Just ask us and we'll try to get you a discount on the voucher itself rather than you buying from CCNA or from Pearson View. We'll give you all the study materials to help you pass the exam. Resume building sessions once you complete your certification. Okay, we'll give you one-on-one certification resume building session that is proven in the market right now, is getting people interviews and is landing jobs. So we have a special technique, and this is part of the course as well. Okay, we'll teach you all of that once you have completed your certification. Okay, after you first pass your certification exam, we'll work together on your resume and connect you with the recruiting partners so you can start applying for IT jobs. We do work with about 10 to 15 different recruiters along Canada. These are some of the agencies we work with: the Robert Half, Compugen, Texas, F12. These are some of the guys who we work with. There's also Motion Recruitment. They're full-time and part-time basis, full-time and contract basis. We have opportunities, right? So for this, we just connect you to the recruiters, and you guys can start applying for jobs. As soon as you have your CCNA, it opens up a huge door for you to apply for jobs. And people who have CCNA, realistic basic with no experience whatsoever, we have seen people getting 49,000 per year to all the way to 60,000, right? Depends on the time and on the job market itself. But $49,000 is the very, very basic minimum for CCNA certification, and 62 is where we've seen the highest. Okay, for someone who's beginner entry, getting entry level into it. But if you have 1 or 2 years experience in help desk or something like that, it does boost your salary up a little bit more. Okay, so just want to be very clear. If you are going on a contract basis, we have seen people getting anywhere from $29 an hour to $36, $37 an hour, okay, for a networking related job as a junior network admin or a network technician or something like that. Okay, so that is the salary expectation for contract and full time for now, full time, I just said the entry level into full time, right, which is 49,000 to 60, 62. I have seen some people enter in 70,000 with experience of 1 or 2 years in help desk, right? Very basic level experience. But for contract, we have seen anywhere from $29 an hour to 37, $38 an hour. That's a range for a network technician, network on-site network technician or something like that. Okay. Next is these are the course outline. Okay. So week one, you'll actually have some things to watch on LMS as well. If you don't have any IT experience, which is fine, our LMS system has basic introduction to IT itself. So you can go and watch that, and you'll get a clear understanding of how an IT team works inside of inside a company itself, and what are the different divisions, what are the different departments, how do the escalations happen, and those type of things, right? Which will give you a very good foundational knowledge about the IT department itself, okay, within the company. But once you've done that, we'll go into networking, so introduction to networking. So we talk about the concept like what is networking and how the network works, and networking device like routers, which is firewall. What are the difference? What are each one of them used for? And I'll give you some real life scenario as well. So it connects the dot. It's not just we read off a book, right? We talk about actually what happens in the workplace. How do these start? So it basically puts down the foundation for you very good. So when you go into workplace, you understand what is a switch, what is a router, what is a firewall, what are the jobs, and what are the pros and cons are, right? The OSI model and data flow in network. That's a very important point that you guys as a network technician have to memorize. Okay. In other courses, what we teach like IT help desk analyst courses, this is not very important, but for you guys, this is important because this is going to be a better bread and butter. This is what's going to be your troubleshooting steps at the network technicians. Okay. Once you understand the OSI model and data flow in network, it'll make everything simple for you to diagnose and fix issues on the spot. Okay. Next week, two is we go through IP addressing and subnetting made easy. This one, we talk about IP addressing, subnetting. By the time you finish week two, you will be very good at doing subnetting and IP address. Okay, we do the IPv4 basics and classes, public versus private addressing, hands-on subnetting classes. There'll be lots of hands-on subnetting practices because subnetting is one of those things. It's a mathematical calculation, right? Once it clicks for you, and trust me, there's 2 or 3 ways of teaching this. And if you don't understand it, I encourage you guys to ask questions much as you can. And any of my classes, this is what I tell everyone, right? There is no thing as a simple question or a stupid question for me. Any question, please ask it. And I know right now it's muted, but you guys will be given the opportunity once I'm done this. But any question, I'm more than happy to go through it again and again until you guys understand it. And individually, I'll make sure that you guys understand it. It's not just a group class, right? And even if it's a class has to continue over the hours, totally fine with me. Totally fine with me. Okay. Not a problem at all. But subnetting is something that I want you guys to fundamentally understand from the basic itself. This is what's going to help you to develop a network, troubleshoot a network, or even splice a network in a couple of things, right? And this is what dives into security in the network too. Okay. The next week three, we'll do switch and VLAN configuration. Now, you guys might be thinking in yourself, okay, this is an online course. How are we gonna, do like a lot of the practice stuff? CCNA, to be honest, Cisco does not even recommend. Cisco is recommending to do it on Packet Tracer. So Packet Tracer is something that's developed by Cisco itself, and it's meant to, do everything that you do on a physical machine on a Cisco Packet Tracer as well. It has a simulated switches, it has a simulated router. You can do up to 90% of all the configuration. There is a 10% configuration you cannot do, which is totally fine at all. But for the CCNA examination and for you to have a practical understanding, Cisco Packet Tracer is more than enough. Okay, you'll have the same simulation as the switches, how you would route them. Okay, so you'll have all that, and you'll work on it with Cisco Packet Tracer. It is completely free, and I'll give it to you guys, and you guys can install it, and I'll show you guys how to install it on your computer and everything. Okay, switch concept and MAC addressing, VLAN and trunk links, inter-VLAN communication demos. Okay, we'll show this, and week three will have lots of assignments, lots of hands-on practices, so for you guys to become the understanding of switching and everything. Okay, by the time you guys complete week three or week four, you have a very good understanding of switching and VLAN. And trust me, you will have to put time on yourself as well, right? So each one of these, the class time is not enough. That's the reason why the assignment's there for you guys to help you. And then what we do on the class will be recorded and uploaded so you guys can watch and do the assignments as well. And there's some research that you have to be done for the assignment, right? And typically what I say for each week is put in about 10 to 15 hours extra. So to try to dedicate 10 hours minimum, at the bare minimum, you need to put in 10 hours. If we can put in 15 hours, that'll be perfect. Okay, that'll be amazing. Okay, so, sorry guys. If you can put in 15 hours, that'll be very good for you to know to learn a lot about these concepts. But 10 hours is the minimum you need to put in about per week. Okay, that's when you'll be successful with this course. The next is week 4, which is routing fundamentals. You'll learn the router basics and routing tables, static and dynamic routing, configuration static, and routing in packet tracer itself. As I said, it goes through packet tracer, but you'll still be able to simulate what happens in the exact router itself. Okay, and you'll be able to program it. You'll be able to see the packets, how it translates, how it goes through visually. You'll have lots of hands-on practice with this. And as I said, each week, 10 to 15 hours, you need to dedicate. It'll be assignments going through configurations and those type of things, right? And you'll have to submit them, and then every week we'll take a look at it too, right? So, and I'll give you guys some feedbacks and those type of things, right? But week 5, when we go to week 5, it's dynamic routing using OSPF and RIP. This is when we go into protocols. Okay, by the time you come into week 5, you already have very good knowledge of routing and how router configuration works, and you'll be able to configure routers through CLI, which is a command line input. Okay, when you go into week 5, you'll have the OSPF, so RIP and OSPF concept. You'll understand how the concept work. What are those concepts? How does it actually affect in a job place itself, right? And then what we do is we actually configure OSPF on a router and verify network connectivity itself. Okay. So we actually make sure there's a couple of routers and the routers are going through and everything, all in packet tracer. And you can actually see very nicely and very visually that it's working and it's doing what it's supposed to be doing, right? And obviously there's going to be assignments for these, and there's a bunch of assignments that you have to complete, right? Like I said, it's about 10 to 12, 10 to 15 weeks, 10 to 15 hours per week you have to dedicate for this, okay? Which is very, very good approach for this course to pass the CCNA certifications. Week 6 is DHCP, DNS, and NAT configuration, IP automation with DHCP, how DNS resolves domain, configuring static and dynamic NATs. So you learn about the NATs, the DNS, and IP automation and DHCP in this week. Once you have passed week 5, this will all become like, very much a walk in the park for you guys. And we make it so simple, and we make the things that's available for you to be very, very successful in these configuration spots, right? And you'll also have lots of assignments and lots of things we do, and we actually have a class activity during these times too, right? So you guys can configure it during class. But obviously, I do understand that not everybody can finish it in 2 hours class, but that's the reason why we have these assignments. You guys can take home and finish it and hand it in before the next class, so we can quickly review it. And the first 30 minutes of each class, as I said before, it's to talk about, what happened in the previous week, right? What are the things that we are stuck in? So you guys can ask those questions. We'll try to solve them right then and there, right? And then we can go on with that. The week 7 is access controls list, and which this is very important. It's called ACL, access control list and network security. What we learned about what is access control list and why it matters, securing traffic and restricting access, troubleshooting network issues. And this is like a lot of this is more troubleshooting. Week 7 and onwards, it's about troubleshooting and learning how does a network flow works, and where do you actually troubleshoot if something goes wrong, right? And how do you find out if something goes wrong? Where does it get stuck? And you learn how to trace packets, and you learn about packets and how it works, right? But you'll learn how to trace them and see where it exactly stops, and is it at a certain router, certain switch, and then see if it's a configuration issue, right? And you can do this all from CLI itself, and you'll have very good hands-on experience, right? There's lots of troubleshooting. It says that you'll go through this in this practice. Week 8 is full network lab and troubleshooting. So you'll actually integrate VLANs, routing, NAT, and ACLs, common network problems and fix, and live troubleshooting scenario. So for week 6, I'll actually give you guys a big assignment that you guys will complete. That will be configuration of VLAN into a couple of routers, couple of switches, and creating a NAT network and ACL. Trust me, right now this might seem like a gibberish for you, but once you pass the 3-week mark, this will all make sense to you. Okay, and you'll go back to this video and you'll start making sense to you. Common network problems and fix. We'll actually give you a file that has common issues, and you have to diagnose them and let us know how to fix them and actually apply the fix itself. Okay, and it'll be very, very, a lot of people in our past classes that like this class because it's about just troubleshooting and fixing it, and it's so much better because you'll actually have the issue in front of you, and you can do it all from virtually itself, right? So, and live troubleshooting scenarios. Okay. And week 8 is when we do our CCNA exam prep and career guidance. So CCNA exam overview and registration process, study trips and practice questions, network career pathways, help desk to network admin if you are already working in networking, already in help desk, resume building and job assistance. Resume building and job assessment comes right after you pass the CCNA exam, which we will give you the tools for. Okay, we will give you the CCNA examination guidebook, or the resources you need to pass the exam. We'll give you everything that you need to pass the exam itself. And contact us if you guys are going to write it. When you guys are ready, we will try to get you the voucher code for it at a reduced price than what the CCNA has advertised. Okay, right. So why is this course affordable right now? So this course, we always run it at $1,500. Okay, that is our standard price. But right now, just as an end of year, we're giving this as a one-time payment at $350. This is a 2 months course. Just to be very clear, this is an 8 weeks course. Okay, it's about a total of 8 classes. That's why there's 8 modules. This is the course module itself. It's not reduced from our normal pricing at all. Okay, the same pricing, same timing, and everything, but it's just cheaper price. It's just an end of year promotion. The reason why we did this, most of our courses are going on end of year promotion. This is just to make it more affordable for students who have asked us in the past, and it's just to help people break into IT. And it's a 2 months with the full course content, exactly how we run it, with the job assistant as well. This is an end of year promotion just for now by itself. We will not be continuing this. It's just not affordable for the company itself. Okay, that's the reason why. But as a one time, just to get people in and break into IT, and it's just an end of year promotion for us too. It's very good. That's what you guys are seeing right now. Okay, that's the reason why the price is reduced. This is a full price for the course. It's just $350. It is the lowest we have ever done. Okay, so this is just a one-time payment. That's it. So who is this course for? This course is good for anyone that's trying to break into IT. No prior technical experience is required. We will take you from the very, very basics, as long as you can read English and write English, and you can open up your computer and join Google Meets and just follow instructions. That is more than enough. Have at least 10 to 15 hours of dedicated per week you can put in. It doesn't matter what time. It just, you have to put in the 10 to 15 hours per week, on assignments, quizzes, and practice activity. This course does not have too much of quizzes. There are some quizzes to test the concept, but it's about the assignment, practical assignments, right? That will take majority of the time, and strong self-motivator, right? So because these courses can get, we're here for you. If you're needing help, we encourage you to email us and communicate with us so we can help you out if you're struggling somewhere, right? But you still have to make the initiative on sending the email, initiating or communicating with us through WhatsApp itself, right? So that is what we expect from you too. And what you can expect from us is giving you a clear cut, very, very beginner friendly course delivery, and explaining and giving you all the contents in a very good way so you guys can understand, and also not rushing through any of the content, right? That is something we have always done. Even if we have to extend it by 1 week, we have actually extended by 1 week, with 1 or 2 weeks, with no additional cost to the students, just to make sure everybody is on the same page and everybody understands the concept itself. And maybe sometimes some people do a one-on-one. You're more than welcome to request it. And if I do have time available, I'll put you in a slot for one-on-ones for 1 hour, 30 minutes to 1 hour slots. Okay, not a problem at all. If something that you have to talk about these courses, or certain things you're just not clicking to you, it's fine, because the networking concept is individual. Sometimes it just doesn't click for you, and I encourage you I encourage you more to ask in the class, and talk up and ask the question, and then I'll be able to solve it, because there may be someone else who doesn't understand it very well too. They might be shy, right? So I ask that you ask during your class, but if you have any issues, you just email us or message us on WhatsApp, and the staff will contact me and let me know, and they'll book you in a time slot for me that fits in my schedule and your schedule as well. Okay? And you must be willing to research and try before asking questions. So just like in the real helpless job or in the real networking job, right? So you must try something. It's not, it doesn't work for me, can you help me out, right? It's more like, I have tried this, this, and this. It doesn't seem like it's working. Can you help me out? That's a more better approach to asking for help than just saying, I don't know what I'm doing, right? So you must have done some sort of research. You must have watched the videos. You must have, digged around, right? And if you don't find the right direction, and here's the thing with me, I would never give you the direct answer. I would point you in the right direction. I'll tell you, here's something that you can look at, right? But I would never give you the direct answer. That doesn't help you to grow with this. If you want to if you just want to pass the exam, there's thousands of ways of passing the exam. But if you actually learn the concept, if you want to actually do networking, that's the only way, right? So you must be prepared to do that. And for the next, I would say 10 to 12 weeks, dedicate yourself 10 to 15 hours per week into just learning networking, right? It'll take you definitely 10 weeks. 10 to 12 weeks to pass the exam. But once you pass the exam with practical knowledge, you'll be very well settled in getting a job, and you'll have a very clear understanding of how networking works. Even when you go to networking interviews, you can, when they ask you questions, you'll be very much confident in asking a lot of questions. You might not know the answer, but at least you'll know how the diagnosis process works and how the process will work, right? So that's the most important part about that. Okay? If you can bring focus, curiosity, and discipline, we help you build the technical skills and confidence to start your IT career. Whose course is not for? So this is not suitable for individual expecting to get a job by just completing the course without a personal effort or completing the certification itself, right? Does not participate in class activity, assignment, or quizzes. Not Are not willing to take no challenges or push beyond their comfort zone. Avoid digging deeper to learn and explore beyond the lessons. Expect CTEC training to apply for jobs on behalf of them instead of taking the initiative, right? So these are not courses. This course is not meant for them. CTEC training is not meant for the study people, right? So just to be very clear, okay? This course is going to be hard. I'll tell you that if you're someone beginner into it, but I have seen people push through week 5. Until week 5, it'll be hard. But after week 5 or week 6, when you push through it, it'll become much more clarification, and you'll have much more clear answer to all your questions you have. Okay. But even to week 5, it'll be very hard because the concept is something new, and you're dedicating time to it, right? We have seen this, so just trust us in this process and go for until week 5. Just push through it, and then week 5 and afterwards will be much more easier for you. The hurdles at week 5, week 6, that's when it gets harder. The router configuration, VLAN, and OSPF and RIP configuration. It sometimes it does terrify people, but once you understand it, once you practice, and once you get it, it'll be much more easier for you. Okay, the ACL and everything is just an easy concept. It'll be a walk in the park for you. I said before, okay, but just pushing through and having the fire inside is much more needed for this course than any other courses. It is a very it is a very mind-boggling course. Okay, so class discipline, so attendance. There is no strict attendance policy for this batch. However, if you cannot attend a class or will be late, you must notify us at least 1 hour before the class starts. Failure to do so will result in no access to their class recording. Okay. I want you guys to take it as a at workplace, right? You cannot just not show up at workplace, right? So you must at least let them know. So I would expect the same thing too. Okay? Let us know minimum 1 hour before. That's all I need. If you let me know a day before, it's fine as well. But it's just to keep a discipline to class, and it's to have a respect to others in the class as well, right? And I would do the same thing too. I usually never cancel class in the 8 weeks. It's very important for me too. If there is anything away, I'll try to let you know at least 2 days before or something like that. There's nothing in the curfew right now, except for December 27th is just a holiday for CTEC Training Center. But other than that, there's no other holidays that is involved in this course as well. That's known to my curfew. Okay. Next is lateness. If you're going to be late, you must notify us 30 minutes before the class starts. Failure to do so will actually stop you from joining the class, and you'll not have recording. Again, this is just to keep it respectful to the whole class itself, right? I want to make sure that we treat the whole class with respect, and we are letting people know that we're going to be late, and just be very, very proactive on it, right? Recording policy: students are not allowed to record the course. Official recording will be provided for all the classes and will be remained available up to 6 months after the course completion through our LMS. But you'll have access to each one of the video links on YouTube itself indefinitely. Okay, we don't delete them unless YouTube goes and deletes them. We can, but at least for 6 months, we'll promise you that you'll have access to it. But we have never seen any issues with YouTube deleting any of your videos. It is on private video, so you'll be able to access them through an email address that we assign to you. But it's very, very we haven't had any deletion in 5 years. So 6 months is just our LMS, just so we don't crash the LMS itself, but you'll have access to them. Slides: students will not receive copies of the slides. You are expected to take detailed notes during each session for your own reference. Okay, we don't give slides. Assignments: during the course, there's eight modules and approximately 12 to 14 assignments. This module does have an increased amount of assignments. Okay, I would say it's not just 12, I think 14. I think it goes up to 20. There is some bonus assignments that we have. We encourage you to do that too. It's for your learning process. Okay, but it's much more beneficial for you to do the bonus assignment. It gives you a much more deeper understanding of the concept itself. Okay, it's not just to pass the CCNA exam, as I said before. It's to make sure that you have you have the availability to apply this in workplace, right? That's the whole point about this. Passing CCNA exam, you can go ahead and get a exam done and pass the exam, but that does not mean you have the knowledge to do it, and that's the whole point we try to focus on this course okay, here. Okay? And quizzes, there'll be total, I think 5 to 6 quizzes for this batch. All quizzes must be completed with a given time frame, and extension would not be granted. You must achieve a minimum score of 80% on each quizzes. Now, with 80%, in the past, we have never seen anyone get less than 90. As long as you understand the concept, you attend that, you watch the recording, you should not have any issue with getting 90. And it's not to, it's not to fail you in the course or anything like that. If you get less than 80, you are to come and reach out to me and talk to me about the concept. It means that the concept is not something that's clicking for you, and it'll be a very good indicator for you itself. Okay? And you come talk to me, and I'll sit down and explain to you how the concept work and see where it's going wrong. Maybe it's just that understanding is slightly different. So when we fix them, it becomes perfect, and we let you write the exam quiz again. Okay, and that way you can get you have a proper understanding of the concept itself. Okay, that's how the class discipline it is for me. Registration, last day to register is November 19th, which is going to be on Wednesday, because we have to give you the LMS access, and we have to make sure you have some more videos that you can dedicate to watching, right, before we start on next week's Sunday itself. But this class will be every Sunday from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. Sorry, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is Ontario time. I know there's some people from Alberta and Saskatchewan who's on this call, or who's requested to be on this call. It is Eastern Standard Time, which is Ontario-based time. Okay, this is an exclusive offer for this end of year only. If you are going to make payment, you can make it through e-transfer, which is payment@ctechd.ca. If you do, please take a screenshot and send it to us so we can register you and we can get you the registration detail. If you do want to pay by credit card, there is a 5% fee, but you just have to contact us on WhatsApp, and we'll send you the credit card processing payment link. Okay, so you guys can go ahead and pay through credit card as well. But yeah, that's all I have for my seminar. But let me go ahead and unlock the mic for you guys, so you guys can go ahead and ask a question. Just give me 1 second here. All right, there you guys go. You guys should be able to, just raise your hands. There's a hand symbol on the bottom of the Google. So I'd say raise your hands and we can start asking questions. Okay. Go ahead, Hassan. Please unmute yourself and you can talk.
Hi, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Hassan. How are you, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad.
Thanks for all the information you gave us. I have a few questions, if you allow me, and
Of
if
course,
you have time here. First
please.
question is I heard actually the CCN exam syllabus, vendor exam has been changed a few
Mhm,
months or weeks ago. So
mhm.
my first question is how this course outlines align with the latest CCN exam syllabus.
It does. We make sure that that's the reason why we said there's additional bonus assignment. Those are to align with the new CCNA exam. And the new exam has more of automation in it, switch and router automation, which is covered in this course as well.
Okay, and as you mentioned, pretty much everything actually you're gonna cover for the lab through this Cisco packet tracer.
Mhm.
So how is gonna be hands-on for learning perspective, as well as how it will give us the complete practical perspective, so that we can learn the things from the theory as well as the practical things. And secondly, what kind of software? One is, we already mentioned that packet tracer. Is it the only software you're gonna use, or some people say like GNS3 or something else they might use?
Yeah, so GNS3 is not recommended by Cisco CCNA for CCNA exam itself. Okay, CNP and CCNP exams it's more recommended, but for CCNA exam, Cisco Packet Tracer is more than sufficient enough. Pretty much any given college through online, they want to use Packet Tracer to train people up. And the reason why we train at Packet Tracer is most of the coding you can actually copy it, or you can actually download and apply to a real life router or switches as well. As I said, 90% of the codes you can run on Packet Tracer. There's about 10% codes that you cannot. It's because of some configuration difference in the switches itself. But any Cisco router you take, you can program it in a Cisco Packet Tracer, copy the code, and apply it, right? The only thing that you'll be missing about in an online course is physical, making the cable and plugging the cable. Those are the things that you'll be missing. Practical wise, it'll be exact same, except for the physical cable plugging.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
yeah, and as you mentioned in the introduction, that actually you also guide us and give with the full overview of the CCNA exam,
Mhm,
like how is gonna be for after this course.
mhm.
So is there, as you mentioned, like you might give us some voucher too, right?
Yes, we do have the options to purchase vouchers for you in behalf of you guys. It's just the percentage that we get off. It depends on the season itself. So once we complete the course, once you guys ready to write the exam, contact us. We'll let you know what the pricing. But it'll be definitely cheaper than you buying it outside.
Okay, and as you mentioned, like most of the pre-recorded class we have to watch before log into the class for every Sunday, right? And then
Yeah, it's not like here's the thing, right? It's not every week we'll have pre-recorded classes. The first couple of weeks there'll be pre-recorded classes. There'll be some in between. The reason why we do this is these pre-recorded classes are something that it's very very much it's just me lecturing, and you guys can just listen to it and come into the class. We will still cover them in class, but it just will not go as in depth, and it's not very much a hands-on. It's just unnecessary theory, we say, but you still have to watch and understand the concept.
yeah, apart from those videos or class lecture, I mean, is there any notes or PowerPoint, anything you're gonna provide us, or is just for actually need to take notes for every class?
You need to maintain your notes. We do not give the thing. We always find out if we give the slides, people don't take notes. You take your own notes. We don't provide PDFs. We do run off of PDFs, but we don't provide them for students at all.
Okay, and for my last questions like this, even though the fees more or less than the usual ones you
Mhm.
offer this time, and is there any way anyone wants to make it installment basis or a few payments?
No, the $350 is a one-time payment. We Because the thing is, it takes a huge effort for us when somebody pays to trace it back and apply it to accounting. $350, I think it must be one single payment.
Okay, and
Okay.
my last question is like as you mentioned, after week 5. I mean, if anyone actually stick with this discipline and passion and dedication with up to week 5 is gonna be more easy after that. So, and you want us to, I mean, be successful, we need to put at least 10 hours bare minimum, which
Minimum.
is you mentioned. Yeah,
Minimum.
yeah.
Yeah.
So 10 hours every week. You have to put
Mhm.
it in order to finish this course by 8 weeks, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Minimum, I would say, like if you can put more, please put more. But at least at the bare minimum, it should be 10, very minimum. But I suggest people who have been successful in the past 3 years when we run these courses, they put in about 15 hours, average about 15 hours per week. They're the one who's much more successful, and they've gotten the CCNA within 10 weeks.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. Thank you.
no problem. Thank you. Thank you. Anyone else? Any questions? Is everyone up on Sunday, or what's happening now, guys?
Thank you, sir. We got all the answers.
Perfect. Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks. Thanks.
Thank you, Vinay. Thank you. Okay. Perfect, guys. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to raise your hands and ask, or you guys can unmute and talk. But if you guys don't, not a problem at all. You guys can log off, and that'll be end of the lecture, and we'll have the meeting recorded and sent you guys to. Okay, love you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.